Field watches are a very popular style these days, and there are many options to choose from. Today we're going to be comparing two from the well-known brands of Seiko and Timex. The Seiko is an automatic field watch and the Timex is a mechanical field watch. Both of them come in about the same price point of around $200, so I think they make for a good head-to-head matchup. These watches will be facing off in 10 specific categories with a total perfect score of 100 being possible. So which one of these field watches will come out on top? Well, we're about to find out. Let the battle begin. All right, the first category, dimensions. Dimensions on both of these are quite similar, but the Seiko is a good bit thicker due to it having an automatic movement, whereas the Timex has a strictly mechanical one. Considering this thickness difference, I believe the Timex has better overall dimensions, so I give the Timex a 9 here and the Seiko an 8. As already mentioned, the Seiko has an automatic self-winding movement and the Timex features a mechanical movement that must be hand-wound. The movement in the Seiko is the 4R36A, which features hand-winding, hacking, and a power reserve of about 41 hours. I don't have much info on the movement in the Timex other than that it is made in China. Personally, I'm not sure how reliable it is. The movement category for me goes to Seiko with an 8, and I give the Timex a 6. The finishing on these watches is very different. The Seiko features polishing on the sides of the case and brushing on the tops of the lugs and bezel, whereas the Timex has a uniform finish all the way around with a darker gray bead-blasted look. I prefer the Timex finishing and think it fits the field watch genre better than the Seiko with its polished sides. I give the Timex 8 and the Seiko a 7 here. Man, I like the dial on both of these watches. I like the symmetry of the Timex, not featuring a date, and that matte blue color I think is great. I also enjoy the simplicity of everything being printed on the dial of the Timex. The Seiko's dial is also good looking with applied numerals and applied pips and applied logo. This category might be a toss-up for me if it wasn't for one thing: the handset on the Timex. I'm talking about that minute and that second hand being really short. This might not bother some people, but it does me. In contrast, the Seiko's hands reach out to a good point on the dial. So for the dial category, I give the Seiko an 8 and the Timex a 7. In natural and artificial light, I found these watches both to be legible and easy to read the time at a glance. When we shut the lights off and consider the lume of each, the Seiko clearly has the leg up. Neither of these are lume monsters, but the Seiko is more legible in the dark. Here, the Seiko gets 8 and the Timex 7. The Timex gains some ground back in this category because it features a sapphire crystal, whereas the Seiko has a mineral hardlex crystal. The Timex's sapphire is flat and the Seiko's hardlex is domed. I think for most people, sapphire is always better, so the Timex gets a 10 and the Seiko an 8. Both of the crowns here are push-pull in function. The Timex crown is signed and comes in with a 5.9 millimeter diameter. The Seiko's is unsigned and is a little larger at 6.5 millimeters in diameter. Both crowns are proportional to their cases respectively. Both have good grip texture and both are easy to use. This category is a toss-up for me, and I give each an 8. Now this category can't truly be considered a comparison since one has a bracelet and the other has a strap, but we'll give a score based upon the quality of each. The bracelet on the Seiko is nothing special. I know that's shocking, right? Hollow end links, split pins for the links, pressed clasp, no micro adjust. I give it a 6. The Timex strap is actually quite nice. It's a genuine leather with nice thickness, nice sign keeper, and quick release spring bars. I give it a 7. So considering the second to last category of price, value, and availability, there seems to be no issues with availability currently with either of these watches. The Timex retails for $229 from Timex, and with a discount you can get it for a little less. The Seiko can be found at various sites, sometimes under $200, sometimes a little over. In my opinion, I think the Seiko is better value for the money, especially if you can grab one for under $200. In this category, I give the Seiko an 8 and the Timex a 7. The last category, overall aesthetic appeal. Basically, which watch do I think looks the best? This is a tough one for me. I like the looks of both of these watches. I like the case on the Timex better with that uniform finish. I like the dial on the Timex slightly better than the Seiko's. The syringe handset on the Timex are nice, but too short, as I mentioned before, so that is a big hang-up for me. The Seiko's handset is good. I like the red tip on the second hand, and the dial on the Seiko is well done too. This is a hard one for me. I think I'm going to score them the same. Both get an 8. All right. All 10 rounds of this battle are complete. You can see how each watch scored in each category. Now we put the numbers into the computer to come up with the totals to see who won. And the winner is... Wait a second. Is that right? They both scored the same? I didn't see that coming. But there you have it, folks. This battle ends in a tie. Well, there you have it. Honestly, I did not see that coming at all. I have to tell you, when I prepare these head-to-head watch battles, I don't have a clear winner in my mind before I make the video. I literally score each category as I go along, and by the end of it, I have to add up the points to see who won. I have no idea. And so when I saw that this ended in a tie, I was literally shocked and surprised about that and had no idea that would be the case. Though this battle between the Seiko automatic field watch and the Timex mechanical field watch ended in a tie, some might wonder, well, would I choose one watch over the other? And if I absolutely had to choose, I'd probably choose the Seiko over the Timex, and that basically comes down to the movement that is being used. I don't really like that Chinese mechanical movement in the Timex. I would far prefer that automatic Seiko movement that is in the Seiko field watch. Maybe looking back, I should have scored the Timex lower in the movement category. Who knows, but it ended in a tie. Who would have guessed that? I want to know what you guys think about this head-to-head battle today in this video. If you enjoyed it, please give a like. That really helps out. And then share all your thoughts. Do you think it really is a tie? Do you think the Seiko comes out on top or the Timex should come out on top? Whatever your thoughts are, share those down in the comments below. I appreciate that interaction, and thank you again for liking this video. If you do like it, we really appreciate that as well. But that's it for this head-to-head comparison, this watch battle today here on the Town Watch. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time.